I've been a part of roller derby since this league started about 3 years ago. My therapist actually brought me in. I was in a really dark spot, depressed, it wasn't going well, and then this league started, and it was viewed as an outlet and a safe place for kids who didn't quite fit in anywhere else. So 3 years ago I met something my dad claimed saved my life, but it's been wonderful since. The basic gameplay is you have 10 people on the track. You have 4 blockers from each team. One of those 4 blockers is a pivot, and the one with the stripe on their helmet. And then behind a certain line you have 2 jammers who have stars on their helmet. Now to get points, it's for every person's hip you pass.
Okay.
But your first pass through the pack is called your initial pass and you don't get any points for it. I normally go under a pivot, so I take charge on the track. I have a special stripe I wear on my helmet. I kind of put skaters where they need to go. It kind of varies. If you can manage to be loud and outgoing on the track, then anything in between can essentially be handled. You need to be able to communicate though and keep a level head if your team isn't doing what you need them to do. Because if we're not working together or communicating, it's not a wall and it doesn't work terribly well. Alright, so the pivot, essentially, they tend to be the one facing backwards or towards you. Typically you'd be facing what we call derby direction.
Okay.
And they're really communicating on the track as to where the other team's jammer is to help their wall, and they're bracing where the jammer is impacting. And then, if need be, something that's called a star pass can occur, where the jammer removes the star from their helmet and can only pass it to the pivot, making the pivot the jammer.
Oh, okay.
This does not make the jammer the pivot, though. So then you're kind of without a pivot.
Oh, right.
The jammer is the only person on the track who can score points. If you are the first jammer through the pack on your initial lap, you get lead jammer, which means you are the only person who can call off jam, end it early by tapping your hips. You can pick your name and your number.
Okay. And on the wrist? Gotcha.
Yeah. My number is my address because it's easy for me to remember. And your name can be anything you want. I went with Kaleidoscope because it's more toward the wordplay angle, and I actually got it from my sister. Back when she was younger, wanted to do roller derby. And then sometimes, if you don't pick a derby name, my coach will assign you a derby name.
Oh, okay.
Like Molasses is Molasses because she takes so long to gear up. We practice twice a week. We have a through air practice Sunday morning at Mercer from 9 to 12. And we have this practice here Mondays, 6 to 8. Typical practice, we start with warm-ups, transitions, some warm-up sprints. And then typically, depending on that man's mood over there, we do more sprints. And we can
A lot of planks.
Planks normally come if we're not communicating or we're not walling up fast enough, as you saw. But practice primarily starts off with sprints. And then after those, we go to more strategy, we talk about more walls. After a game, we'll talk about what we did, what could have done better to improve next time. It's a great little safe space. I've never met somebody who didn't fit in here. And it's just a great way to get exercise if you're not big into like running.
Yeah.
It's aggressive to a point, I'd say. You definitely have to be okay with hitting people.